Dancers, Jess here. Welcome back to the Whole Dancer YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about vitamin supplements for dancers. This is certainly a question that comes up a lot, and while I'm not going to make any concrete recommendations, I am going to talk through the subject and hopefully give you some information to make informed decisions for yourself, which is really the best you can do when considering something like a supplement. Remember that if you're not getting sufficient vitamins or minerals, it can lead to irritability and mood swings. It can lead to growth reduction or not achieving your full potential for growth, and it can also lead to injuries. So it's an important subject. It's important to keep in mind. It's important to think about if you are getting all of the vitamins and minerals that you need. For female athletes, I think that the most common reason why you might not be getting enough is if you're not quite eating enough, if you are making poor food choices, or if you have eliminated some food groups that are just making it more challenging to make sure that you are getting everything that you need to perform at a high level. My number one piece of advice on this subject is that food really should be the number one source of the vitamins and minerals in your diet. Eating a well-balanced, well-rounded, colorful diet, colorful meal plan, all the colors of the rainbow, lots of greens, is going to help you to ensure that you're getting what you need. That being said, vitamin D comes from the sun. There are some foods that are fortified with vitamin D, but you're not going to get it just from a regular diet. And B12, if you're vegan, obviously that's something that you need to keep in mind and maybe supplement. When people ask me about this, one thing I do say that I do believe in, but we can't for sure say one way or another if it's making a significant difference, but I do say maybe a multivitamin. If you get a super high quality multivitamin, I like brands like Mega Food and Garden of Life, but a high quality multivitamin might allow you to sort of fill in the gaps that might be missing in your diet. It's important to note that your body is very intelligent, and if it needs something, it does store vitamins as well. Your body is very good at working out what it needs and figuring out what it needs. So remember that if you are generally eating a very well-balanced, well-rounded diet, you're probably doing pretty well. In active women, the vitamins and minerals that are most likely to be low are iron, zinc, calcium, vitamin D, and the B vitamins. So how do you know if your vitamin levels are too low? One of the ways to tell is if you are feeling just lethargic and tired and not energized. That probably means you're either not eating enough or you're just not getting enough nutrients from the food that you are eating. The only way to know for sure if you are deficient in something is to have a blood test done. And to be honest, a lot of doctors are actually hesitant to do this, but if you request it and you sort of push a little and you say, no, I really think it's important since I'm active and I'm, just want to make sure that I'm really taking care of my bones and my health and my body, I would really like a blood test done to see that I'm getting everything that I need from my food. And then you might see, okay, I'm lacking in iron, so I'm going to add in more spinach, or if you eat meat, red meat. Or if you can't figure out a food source, which is something that you probably can do, it might just take some research. You can always email me if you're looking for food source suggestions. But if you can't find a food source, then maybe you'll say, okay, I'm going to look for a supplement that might help out in that area. There was a somewhat recent Harvard study in the last few years that actually showed that supplementing calcium and vitamin D didn't really do much to reduce the risk of bone fractures. And what they kind of concluded from that was potentially the recommendations for things like calcium and D are actually higher than what they need to be. It's important to remember that your bones are being strengthened by the fact that you're jumping and you're doing things that are impacting or using your body weight impact on the floor. When you jump, you're building stronger bones. I will link to that Harvard study below in case you want to read the whole thing and see some other information that they sort of came to in the areas of calcium and D, because I do know that those are some popular ones for dancers to supplement. We just think, oh, I need to have strong bones, so I'll add additional calcium to my intake in whatever form. However, it's important to really look into that and make sure that you're being smart about it and you're not overdoing it, because it can be counterproductive. It is an interesting fact that in the countries that consume the highest levels of dairy and foods that are supposed to be high in calcium, we also have the highest incidence of bone fractures. In preparing to chat with you all about vitamins for this video, I found another study that I found really interesting that talked about how it was sort of unclear what the outcome, or if there was a positive impact on the use of vitamins and mineral supplements, especially for active children under age 18. And the study said, based on the fact that the evidence is inconclusive, they would discourage the use of supplements under that age. They went on to say that the biggest issue and the biggest thing that really needed more education and more information that needed to be provided to young athletes, and therefore I would say for dancers, young through early starts of your career, is the information about nutrition and food and making sure that you're actually getting the vitamins and minerals from the food that you're eating. Eating a well-rounded diet is not as complicated as it feels like it can be, but it definitely takes some planning and some thinking ahead and making sure that you're getting what your body needs. If you need more help with that, coming up in February will be another enrollment of the Dancer's Best Body program. I would love to work with you through that program and get more into this information to make sure that you are informed and you're making the best possible decisions for your dancing and your body and your career. So in conclusion, vitamins and minerals, it's kind of a toss-up. You know, if you start to take them and you notice a big difference, probably you were deficient in some vitamin or mineral that your body needed and now you're getting it. If you start to take them and you don't notice anything, maybe you don't really need them. If you feel like maybe you are deficient in something because your energy is lagging or you're dragging or, you just don't feel like you're at your best, I would say number one thing is to assess the way you're eating and see where the gaps might be in your food consumption and fill in those gaps with food first. One of the few times I do recommend maybe using one of those tracking apps where you type in all your food is if you want to assess your vitamin and mineral levels. Don't worry about the calories or anything, but look at where your vitamins stand. And you might notice, oh wow, I'm crazy low in iron, or I'm crazy low in something else. And seeing that in an app might then tell you, okay, I'm going to try to increase that area, increase that vitamin level by eating more of this food that contains the vitamin. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You can always email me, jess@thewholedancer.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all the alerts when new videos are coming out, and I will see you next time.